And we're live.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing Codenames and a lot, which is my favorite word game of all time. I love it.
Codenames?
Yes. So
Walk me through it because I haven't heard.
Yeah, quickly. There's 2 teams, and on each team is a spy master and any number of participants who are on his team. You can have I think you can have up to like 10 people in there, maybe 8. So you could have like 4 or 5 guys that are on each team, but you've got a bank of cards in the middle of the table, and to everyone except for the 2 spy masters, those cards are just all white. But to us, we can see that some are red for our red team, and some are blue for the blue team, and and some are white, which don't mean anything. It just ends your turn if you get your team to select one, and then one's like your fucked card. If they pick that, then it's game over and you lose. And you try to give 1-word clues, followed by a numeral that represent how many words out there in that bank your clue is going for. So it's easy to do 1. You know, if the word is out there, ocean, then you could just say sea 1, and they'll be like, yeah, it's ocean. That's a small brain move. But if you can get doubles, triples, or quads, it's a race to see who can get the board cleared of their cards first. And it might sound simple and maybe even a little boring, but it turns into the meanest team game of all time.
It's a party game, yeah.
And Kyle, this is the one where there's tricks, right? So if the words are like dollar, peso, and I don't know, give me another one, won, you might say currency. But there can be words you don't want them to say, right? So if like euros in there, then you're fucked. You can't use currency.
It could be like so a good example. But let's say that it's dollar, euro, and won. You might say,
money.
But the issue would be that like the won is a red card, and the dollar and the euro are both blue cards.
A real one? I'm trying to remember.
I don't even know. Honestly,
but you wanted to say yen.
Yen,
yen works.
And so if you wanted them to pick yen but not dollar or peso, you might say commies. You have to find clues that'll. The board does that often.
Yeah,
there'll be like 3 synonyms out there, not quite synonyms, but 3 very connected words like dolphin, fish, and manta ray. And you want them to pick dolphin and manta ray, but not fish. So you've got to come up with a clue that fits that. Anyway, the end result is that feelings get hurt, and it's really fucking funny. It's a great time.
That sounds like a good game.
After that game, somebody was like, let's play Trivial Pursuit.
Yes, you were mentioning this.
And I'm just like...
My prediction is you dominated.
I'm like, oh, you want to play Trivial Pursuit with us? Like, yeah, that'll be fun. Have you played a lot? Well, no. Okay, here we go. Because we play a lot of Trivial Pursuit. So me and my 2 friends played against like 4 of our patrons. I don't remember if it was so you've got your board piece, and as you make points, the board piece gets little slices in it to represent how many points you have, and you're either going for 5 points or 6. I think it's 6 to win a game. 6. And the first game we beat them 6-0, which I'd never seen before. and for anyone who isn't familiar with Trivial Pursuit, it's not like basketball where you can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each point represents like 3 to 5 correct answers in a row, and because you've got to get your board piece to specific areas of the board and then get that question right.
Like I need yellow. Oh, I need the history square. Okay, we can secure this.
You've got to bounce around and hit the very specific corners of the board to get a point.
Like the questions are hard. So
not in the version we were playing, like some of them were hard, but some of them were easy, and that was their hugest complaint. Like it would roll around to their question, and they would have no fucking clue. They would think it was the hardest question ever, although we would always answer those. And then we go to ours, and they felt like our questions were too easy. So we skunked them. Yeah. I was like, boys, I've never seen a 6-0 before. You guys want to play another one? And my friend's like, yeah, I got 5 minutes. Let's go. So we played them again. And that game we were like, you know what? Let's just go to 3 points for the win. And we beat them 3-0.
They didn't get any questions right.
They got some questions right, but they never scored a point. They never scored a point.
Trivial Pursuit was super popular in the 80s, but it was bullshit because the questions were all practically age-based. You know, like who won some 1954 silver screen, whatever, that my mom knows, but I would never know that. I'm 8. Like, how could I know that?
There's no possible way to know. My parents had that. I remember they had 80s Trivial Pursuit, and it was just a box I never touched. So it was like, this is a game I can't play. I have no idea what happened in the 80s. It wasn't there.
80s Trivial Pursuit was like the easy one to me because I was living in it. That came out in the 80s. I think what I'm talking about anyway. But the generic Trivial Pursuit was literally like, it was a lot of like entertainment questions from the 60s and 70s that none of us would get.
I think those types of games are incredible. Like Among Us has become a very popular game to stream on Twitch. It's a very similar, like a Clue-esque whodunit game.
Like the Gary Mod game.
Yeah. No, not Gary Mod. That's Trouble in Terrorist Town.
But it's very similar, right? Where you
I thought you meant
terrorist.
Yeah. No, pretty much identical. That and like the board game Secret Hitler, if you've ever played that. Incredible game.
Is that like Mafia? Where you try
I actually created that game. It's sort of an autobiography in a game.
It's a really easy game once you learn the rule that Kyle gets to play Hitler every time.
There's a for that game, that's a real board game, super fun. There's you deal it out, and then it's like one person's Hitler, one person's the Chancellor, and then everybody else is pretty much like in the dark. And your goal is to enact five fascist laws that limit their job, like their ability to fight back, and then their job is to enact 5 progressive laws, but nobody knows who anybody is, so you're just trying to tug on the heartstrings behind. It's a good. I
love this.
Yeah, you should definitely
try. You would love
it.
My future. Yeah,
yeah.
I love it.
You're Kyle's playing one of the not Hitler guys, and he's just like, he's making good points. Just disagree.
He's Hitler. No, I was just
teams. Yeah.
we played a good bit of Among Us, but we played for like 2 nights in a row, and I got really sick of it. And then another friend joined us, and he was like, "Oh, you've been playing it wrong the whole fucking time. You can't talk. You can't talk while you play."
Yeah.
We didn't know that. Because what we would do, I'd be like doing one of my maintenance tasks, and I'd be like, "Mitty's next to me. Mitty's next to me. If I die, it's Mitty." And so Mitty would be like, "Dude, I'm just walking past." So like it made it really so as the killer, you had to be like super sneaky and like run up and hit him. But it kind of ruins the game if you're doing that, because like sometimes one guy would just start counting or something, like because so you'd know the moment he died. And like, Kyle's next to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if he dies, his voice would cut off.
Yeah.
Or sometimes he would hit. The funniest instance of that, though, where it backfired, though, is my friend was like, he's next to me. We're like, who? And he goes, Va. There's only one guy in the chat whose name starts with V. It's Vavity. So we immediately call an emergency meeting. We vote. Everybody votes Vavity, and he dies. And then he goes, Vavity was not the terrorist and imposter. And then Vavity, and then Mitty comes on the mic. He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. My microphone came unplugged from my interface."
Was Mitty the bad guy? Did he throw him down the?
No, he was just letting us know that who was near him in case he died. Because if he dies, he has to stop talking.
Oh, and he didn't die.
He didn't die. His microphone just came fucking unplugged. It was
much more fun. Much more fun when you're playing hide and go seek and you can't see where everybody's hiding. I think
we'll go back to it with that new rule set because we were just ruining the game for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you guys really did set it up to make it not fun.
You said Taylor's Trivial Pursuit performance was dreadful. Was he on the team that got?
No, Taylor's Codenames performance was terrible.
Taylor, were you bad at code word?
We should do Codenames again. Actually, I want to do Trivial Pursuit more than Codenames.
Codenames is infinitely more fun. But
it is.
But anytime you want to play with it, you're welcome.
I just need to know which trivia, because the problem with Trivial Pursuit, maybe it's different online, right? Is that at least when like you remember when you go up to someone's house and they'd be like, "Let's play Trivial Pursuit," and you're like, "Oh, okay, cool," and they would dominate because they have that set and they know the answers. They've played it enough. Is the online version? I assume like it's cycling in so much shit.
We got lots of decks. There's lots of decks because we're using board. What is it? Tabletop Simulator.
Packs? Oh, okay.
We're using Tabletop Simulator, so we've got knockoff versions of literally every board game you've ever heard of. Like I don't remember what they're each called, but they like find a bootleg name for everything. Monopoly isn't Monopoly. It's
Rento Fortune.
Rento Fortune. Yeah.
Fortune.
Everything's different.
Fortune.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely play one of those.
But yeah, Codenames is one of my all-time favorite games. Whenever anyone asks me to play that, I'm like, let's go.
I gotta play that. I'm gonna write it down because that sounds like the ideal like Friday. You have I want to get incessantly mad at my friends who I'm playing this with. So.
I'll tell you what. Whenever you get into competitive play and you start playing for money, you just let me know, and I'll come help you out. We're about to start doing that.
Tag me in, brother, or I'll tag you in.
Chiz and I are
game to stream.
Chiz and I are talking about playing against Vavity and whatever partner he comes up with for $50 a game and Codenames and playing 2v2s. As soon as Vavity finds a partner that he can trust, because
but it sounds like you're so dominant. Why would he want to start putting money on it?
He's good too. I mean, it's not that I have an unfair advantage or anything.
Oh no, Vavity has a very good chance of winning. We should definitely play.
He's beaten me before. I mean, the record isn't good.
You sound like a dad who's like fought his son 7 times and won 6 times. He's like, hey, he's beat me before. Kicked my ass that one time.
That's not too far from the truth. I don't know. Like if we played 10, Vavity will win 3, I would say.
He should. Then are you going to give him odds?
No, I'm not giving him odds. It's straight up money. Everybody puts in $25, and he's going to Venmo me some of that med student money or whatever he's doing these days. That's the other thing. He's a smart guy. He's the most educated guy. No, he's in the military and he works in a hospital. He told me what his like military rank is, but it's not like. If I asked you to name some military ranks, you'd be like, I don't know, private, sergeant, commander. It's not
Rear
that.
Admiral.
He's like, oh, I'm a PRT grade 4. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck that means. But I'm not in the army. I don't know. So he's in the military and he also works in a hospital.
He's level 22 on Call of Duty.
He's a beast at Call of Duty. He was playing somebody 1v1s for $500 last night.
What?
And
that is some high stakes.
They were playing. He would love to play.
Was it another patron?
No, he was playing this guy for $500 1v1s, and the guy he's winning. He's up like 12. They're going to 20 kills, and he's up like 12-4 or something. And the guy's like, "Hang on a minute, I need to do a thing," and they have to take a little break. And the guy turns cheats on, turns on fucking hacks, and then they go, and it's 19-19 now because the guy's literally cheating. And Vavity gets the last kill. He wins the thing. He's like, ha, pay up. And the guy's like, oh, fuck you. and so the rest of the night, he's getting DDoSed.
He came in my stream last night and told that story in a donation, and the text-to-speech did the whole thing.
Yeah. The rest of the night, he was getting DDoS, so he couldn't play the forest with us.
He didn't get his $500, I assume, right?
Oh no, he did not get his $500. No,
that guy didn't keep.
Of course
word.
He didn't. There's no way. When I heard the beginning of the story,
an escrow account where they both have their 500.
Right. Unless there's an escrow, then I'm not making any bets with anybody unless I know them. That's ridiculous.